are here on Motivation Monday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. You never, ever have to miss a show. Why? Because you can go online right now at tglradioshow.com. Well, don't go now because I'm live. But actually, if you're not around me and you do want to see me live, you can do that too. tglradioshow.com. Hit the live button and you can see what's going on right here in the studio. We're live on Facebook. We are live on Instagram. And if did you miss a show last week? If you did, you can go on tglradioshow.com as well. You can catch up on our shows. You can share them. You can do all kinds of things. Join the movement. Join the family. Join the good life. Why? Because it is the good life. Now, y'all know I always have a theme for every week. And so if you have been paying attention or following the show, which I'm sure you better have been, or just don't tell me that you didn't. These past couple of weeks have been Ask, and then last week was Believe, and so this week is what? This week is Receive, and so I'm really excited about it. Why? Because this is the one I generally have problems with, and it is a process, and you have to go through the 3 steps for it to manifest: ask, believe, receive. So since this was the one I had problems with, I was like, let me kind of write some notes down and really kind of get into it. So that's what I'm going to do for our first segment. I'm going to break down kind of the art of receiving, or I should say the neglected art of receiving. In our second segment, we will have Bishop Henry Bolden. Y'all know he always drops the knowledge and drops, some nuggets of information for us to marinate in our hearts and our souls and send us off for this Motivation Monday. And last but not least, we will have the SBA in the building. I'm really excited about it because international trade is something that, sometimes it seems that, we tiptoe around, or like we don't want to export, but we really need to receive this information so we can grow our businesses. So we have SBA in the studio with us today, and I'm really excited about it. So make sure you stay tuned to the entire show because there is something here for you. So with the art of receiving, or shall I say the neglected art of receiving, I found my my article on psychologytoday.com that kind of gave me some tips behind it that I could share to you, because so often we don't know how to let love in, or we don't know how to, receive. Like, how many people are uncomfortable when someone gives them a compliment? I know I always felt like I had to say something in response. Like, if they were like, oh, they like something. Oh, well, I like this on you. You always feel like you have to do it back. Do you have to? Do you not have to? Why do you feel that way? What is going on there? There's certain people who love to give, but it's really uncomfortable receiving. So we're going to break that down in so many different ways this week. Of course, today's Motivation Monday. Make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow. That is Relationship Tuesday. That's always fun. Receiving, that'll be an interesting conversation. I'll let your imaginations go. And then Wellness Wednesday, the art of receiving, we will have Bobby Clark Alexander from the ATL. She's my life coach. She's yours. She will be here as well. We will have Bashan Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA. We will have Gumbo Talk. And, of course, we will have Freedom Friday, where we drop our bags and we really open ourselves up to receiving and figure out maybe why we've had so many uncomfortable situations receiving. And then, by the end of the week, we will all hopefully feel a little bit better, at least have a better understanding of maybe why this has been an uncomfortable situation in your life. Because you know what? We're taught that giving is superior to receiving. I know everybody's heard that, giving is superior to receiving. And indeed, the art of giving is a helpful corrective to human narcissism. Seeing what others need to be happy requires empathy and kindness. It does, but receiving is an equally notable behavior. And you're like, huh? It is, and too many times people gloss over it. There is an art to receiving. We may strive to love, but to what extent do we allow ourselves to be loved? In our everyday lives, and I've talked about this, as a mom, I give so much of myself, and then I'm like, I'm worn out. But we forget that we need to receive that love as well. And it begins with giving it to ourselves. So we're really going to get into the ourselves conversation on Wednesday. So make sure you stay tuned in that to that show. But when someone extends attention and caring towards us, I should say, how deeply do we actually let it in? Can we allow ourselves to be nourished by another person's kindness? Receiving deeply provides needed nutrients for our soul. And y'all know we open our minds to living differently in the world. And we're going to do that right here this week and every week. We also honor the giver when we receive. How many times have you received something and maybe because you were uncomfortable and didn't necessarily let it settle into your spirit, the giver was like, they didn't even appreciate, me doing that for them. But you did, but it just didn't come off that way. And then there was like maybe a misunderstanding, but it was because maybe you were uncomfortable on the receiving end. Receiving deeply provides needed nutrients for our souls. So we want to make sure that, we also make the giver feel like they've made a difference in our lives by accepting and receiving their gift. Being mindful of some things that we're about to get into, which is 3. We're going to talk about getting out of our head and being relaxed in our body. We're going to talk about not questioning whether we deserve what we are receiving, and third, but definitely not least, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. You're like, what? Yes, the art of receiving is actually allowing yourself to be vulnerable. I know that sounds a little, but I'm going to give them to you. So number 1, get out of your head and be relaxed in your body. When someone does us a favor or compliments us, sometimes we might feel awkward or shy or not know how to respond. We might think we're being required to reciprocate. We might wonder, must I now do them a favor or compliment them? Are they expecting something in return? Do they really deserve this? Do I really deserve this kindness? Such thoughts keep us imprisoned in our head, and negative self-talks keep us depressed, disconnected, and absolutely miserable. And so you can recognize these things when someone may give you a compliment, or you did a good job at work, or not being able to appreciate the work that you've put in, like, oh, it's never enough. Well, receive that into your own soul, and it will grow you as well. So the trick is to next time someone gives you something, or gives you a compliment or a present or whatever it may be. It could be a cup of coffee. Take a deep breath and let it be. I want you to relax. Don't trouble yourself about how to try to figure it out. Don't overthink it. Just receive it. Just let it in. The trick is to get out of your head and to stay exactly where you are. How do you feel? How does your stomach feel? How does your chest feel? With gifted with kindness. Some people feel like all tight, or you feel like you got to catch your breath, or you're like, if thoughts are swirling, simply notice them and then let them go. Do not don't overreact. Well, it initially, pop back with a compliment to them. And I know that may seem uncomfortable and sound a little crazy, but it's the truth. If someone says, I like your hair, I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you. Simply say thank you. Show some gratitude instead of, popping right back with, something just as a response. Oh, well, I like your shoes. Well, you didn't really like the shoes. You're just uncomfortable in the moment, and you're trying to respond. So we want you to, just accept it and simply say thank you. Number 2, don't question whether you deserve it. Sometimes we don't absorb good stuff because we simply think we don't deserve it. We might think that if they really knew me, they wouldn't say that. Or, if they really knew me, I get the eyes compliment, and, I love your, thank you. And I'm like, and it's funny because I used to say, it was like, what, I can't even see my eyes. People look at them, but I can't see them because, only time I see them is when I'm brushing my teeth or doing my hair, whatever, being funny. But, just take the compliment. You like thank you very much. I appreciate it. I was a gift from God, and I'm going to appreciate it. I'm going to receive the compliment and just let it settle into my spirit instead of feeling like I have to respond, or feeling like, I haven't done much for them, or, I don't deserve this favor, or whatever it may be. It's easy to drive ourselves absolutely nuts with endless considerations of what you shouldn't have, what you could have done, or whatever. Lost in the folds of our thought process. But the beauty of the gift slips out of our hands when we do that. The giver may notice our distraction and not feel appreciated for what they've done for us. Then we've killed the whole situation. We've absolutely killed it. So we can drive ourselves crazy pondering whether we deserve something or not. And who's to say whether we don't? Because so many times, what we talked about last week, believing, we have false beliefs about ourselves. And what if other people are delivering compliments for us to break those false beliefs? I could say, Henry, I love the way you dress today, because he always has something to say about how he dresses. And he doesn't like to be on camera, and I'm messing with him because he's on the other side of the glass right now. But he doesn't like to be on camera. I'm like, why not, Henry? And he's like, I don't like my hair today, or I don't like my this. And I'm like, Henry, you look amazing. Receive the compliment, Henry. Look, he's shaking his head. I can't wait till you get in for the second segment, because I'm going to light you up. Receive the compliment. Yes, I'm working on you too, mind, body, and soul. Don't think, the co-host here, that we're here every day offering information, but we're working on it too. And we're on this same journey. We are all in it together. Questioning the gift someone gives you actually diminishes the power of the offering. It's an important part of self-worth to validate, and it's okay to receive things. It is okay. Being human means having needs and wants, which includes being valued and being appreciated. No doubt we have ample flaws and limitations. I can count the ways, but when we're given a gift and it's not the best time to ponder them, that's just not the time for you to count everything that's wrong with you when someone is telling you something nice, or someone is offering something, or someone has done you a favor. They've done it out of the kindness of their heart. Simply say thank you. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, but just maintain yourself and your thought process and simply say thank you. Thank you. We're not skilled at the art of receiving good stuff when it comes our way. How many of us are like, so much bad stuff happened, I don't even know how to act when something good happens? Honestly, that's a lot of people. Well, you may not know how to act when something good happens. Well, here's the deal. If we can start changing that process, it starts by little things, like simply accepting a compliment. We can change those little things that will create those big things, and that is the good life. And so last but not least, allowing yourself to receive requires you to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Ooh, that's that word. I know y'all don't like it, but I love it. I used to not like the word. I used to absolutely be like, I hate the word vulnerable. But now it's one of my favorite words. I'm authentic, I'm vulnerable, and I'm living in peace and happiness and joy and in harmony and balance. And I offer it all to you. When we're firmly in control, I told y'all I used to have control issues. I still work on it here now. Whatever, people who know me. I said we're firmly in control when we don't allow ourselves to be vulnerable. But when we're so much in control, we cannot receive. Think about that. Being the recipient of a kind word or deed can trigger a sense of vulnerability. And so that's generally what's making you uncomfortable. Receiving requires the strength to be vulnerable. Yes, let that sink in. And I had to realize that it was my pride that didn't allow me to receive. And I was like, that just sounds crazy. I like to give, Yes, but the giver is in control. To receive, you have to be vulnerable. Yes, open your mind to that nugget of information I just dropped, because it was a lot for me. Let's just say when, a tender moment arises during a conversation. Perhaps, there's a parent who's ill, and we let someone tender, caring, in, and we do a look away of shame or, embarrassment. Well, they were trying to be kind and offer, kind words, and we turned our head and we're like, that's awkward. We struggle and, hoping to find kind and receptive ear. And then, when someone offers a kind-hearted response, we talk over it. Think about that. If you offer someone a kind word and they talk over it, how does that make you feel? Well, when someone is offering it to you, it does the same thing. So we want to allow ourselves to slow down and to welcome vulnerability into our lives. I'm not kidding, y'all. It's kind of like Neosporin for the soul. It truly, truly is. So I want you to open your mind to look for opportunities to let love and kindness in when it comes your way. And it might be as simple as someone holding a door open for you, or a genuine interest in hearing about, something that's troubling you, or someone ask you how your day is. Instead of saying good or give a one-word answer, receive the information, receive the dialogue, and open yourself up. Be a little vulnerable. You never know what can happen. You may find some peace, happiness, and joy. Imagine that. It's a good life, y'all. We are going to take a quick break, so y'all know what the week is about, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to receive this week, and so we're going to receive Bishop Henry Bolden in the studio right now so he can drop some nuggets of information on us and motivate us for this Monday. So do not move. Do not turn your dial. And if you want to see what's going on in studio, again, tglradioshow.com. We'll be right back. Good morning, y'all. How are you? Hi. Good morning. Are you going to receive a Henry, you look so handsome today.
I always look handsome. That's the opposite way, see?
You do. You are always handsome.
Well, thank you so much. I graciously received that from you.
Do y'all see what I'm dealing with up in here? Any other time, he's like, any other time, he doesn't literally want to be on camera. But here's what we're going to do. Somebody gave us a comment. They said, don't let life outpace your patience and be perfect in your stride of giving and your purpose of living. Yes, Daniel. Thank you so much. Look, I hit the little button. Don't let it. Oh, yeah, he did it again. Thank you. Oh, I pinned it. That's why. Ha! You got the ding. Thank you, Daniel. That's amazing. Yes, Daniel. Love it. Oh, let me go on Facebook. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I don't have it on here. Oh, let me upload it. Because I deleted it. Y'all, I got my son's iPad today instead of my own. Long story, but, long story. No, y'all see, I know I don't sing because, y'all, I had the best weekend. So if y'all follow me on social media, my son gave me a $200 gift card to Ulta, which is like, makeup, hair.
She loves all that stuff.
Happiness. Well, I hadn't really gone and bought anything for myself in a while. Honestly, I've just been trying to take care of business. And so he was like, I want you to treat yourself. He's like, you never do anything for yourself. So I had a plum ball in there going off. So I know. I was like, I know I smell good. I was like, I know I smell good. I know I do. I got, what did I get? I got one of the Juicy Couture's, and at first I didn't think I'd like it, but I loved it. And I got a Vera Wang Glam Princess. So I'm a Glam Princess by Vera Wang. Yeah. And then I got some J something Malone, but that was from somewhere else. But anyway, yeah. So
y'all see all
the
this?
Naturalness.
Say thank you. Receive
thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Why is your lighting better than mine? See.
What's my name? True story. My name means light.
It really does.
It does. So, yeah. I know. Wait, I'm trying to upload Facebook so I can share it on the other things. But receiving, and I mean, we joke and stuff, and we're not going to put the mic in your face. We're going to make sure we put it so he can, oh, look, I'm all up in the camera. So he's, yes. Oh, wait.
I'll lean it that way. Okay.
Oh, wait, you have headphones.
Oh.
Let's see. You know what? Yeah, because I'm going to take these and put these here. So you can put that there. Yes, y'all, we're in the break. Y'all, they are so getting their stuff together. Yes, don't think we're crazy. You just
the behind the scenes stuff.
It is the behind the scenes stuff. We talking so much, we're not putting ourselves together.
Yeah.
But yes,